Chosen ones, you were built with frequencies they can't decode. You walk through this world with an energy that bends reality, a vibration that cannot be understood by those who live in illusion. Before we dive deep, I want you to watch this video until the very end, because what I'm about to say will awaken something in you, something that's been waiting patiently beneath the noise of the world. And as you do, drop your warmest wishes and 99 in the comments below. That number isn't just a number. It's a signal to the universe that you are aligning yourself with your highest path. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. This energy we're creating together right now, through your attention, your emotion, and your presence, is how wishes are born into reality. When hearts unite in frequency, the universe listens. The rest of this message is for you, the one they could never decode. You were never designed to fit in. You were designed to tune in to a frequency higher than noise, sharper than deception, brighter than illusion. Since birth, your energy has been a mystery to those around you. You've felt misunderstood, isolated, and often drained by environments that didn't match your vibration. That's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because your frequency doesn't belong to this ordinary system. You carry within you a signal, an inner code that resonates beyond the bandwidth of this world's programming. They've built systems of thought, systems of control, systems of fear, and yet somehow you move through them untouched. You bend the current. You walk through the storm, and your light doesn't flicker. You are the interference they can't trace, the melody that doesn't match their rhythm. They tried to name you, label you, diagnose you, but what they couldn't do is define you. They sensed something in you they couldn't measure. When you walk into a room, energy shifts. People can't explain why they feel drawn to you or sometimes threatened by you. It's your frequency, subtle, ancient, encoded. It carries information that the average mind cannot translate. You hold empathy and power in the same breath. You feel deeply, not just for yourself, but for the entire world. You absorb signals from emotions, from people, from places, from the collective heartbeat of humanity. It's as though you were born with antennas for truth, tuned to pick up what others can't sense. And because of that, you've lived both the blessing and the burden of being awake in a world that sleeps. Your frequency doesn't only protect you, it reveals things to you. You've noticed patterns others ignore, coincidences that aren't coincidences, feelings that come before events, dreams that mirror the world's hidden symbols. You've always known that everything is connected, but sometimes it felt like a curse. You asked, "Why do I feel everything so deeply?" The answer, because you were built for resonance. Your purpose is to vibrate truth into the field of existence, to send out waves of consciousness that dissolve deception and awaken dormant souls. You are not here to blend in. You are here to remind others of what they've forgotten, that energy speaks before words, that frequency comes before form. Many of you have spent years trying to make sense of your journey. You've faced betrayal, loss, loneliness, and sudden shifts that forced you to rebuild from nothing. But through every collapse, your vibration has grown purer, sharper, and clearer. The universe uses chaos to tune its chosen ones. You've been refined, recalibrated, and stripped of everything that does not resonate with your truth. You may not realize it yet, but every heartbreak was a cleansing, every disappointment a realignment, every isolation an initiation. The storms weren't punishment. They were frequency resets. You were being prepared to carry a light powerful enough to disturb systems of falsehood. Your energy had to be purified through fire. When people tried to betray you, it wasn't about you. It was the universe revealing who couldn't stand in your field. When jobs ended, doors closed, relationships fell apart. It wasn't rejection. It was protection. You were being pulled away from frequencies that could not rise with you. The chosen ones are not meant to stay in low vibrational environments for long. The universe moves you. It breaks your comfort so your light can reach where it's needed, and as much as that process hurts, it's sacred. You've been moving through frequencies your whole life, learning to hold your energy even when the world tries to pull you down. There are moments when you question everything. You wonder why you can't seem to live a normal life, why you feel different, why the things that satisfy others never seem to fill you. That's because you're not wired for superficial fulfillment. You're built for divine purpose. Your soul has a contract with the higher realms. You came into this timeline to hold a vibration strong enough to ripple through generations. The energy you carry is ancient. It has traveled through lifetimes, gathered wisdom, and now it's activated within you again. You're remembering who you are. You're remembering the codes of creation that are buried in your DNA. You are the frequency they can't decode because your energy speaks in the original language of Source. Have you noticed how certain people get uncomfortable around you without reason? How you can feel their energy before they speak? That's because your aura doesn't just reflect light, it absorbs truth. It reveals. People sense that, even unconsciously. Some are drawn to it because they crave healing. Others are repelled because your energy exposes what they hide. But you must never dim yourself to make others comfortable. You're not meant to be invisible. Your frequency is your signature, and the world needs your full vibration. When you try to fit in, you lose your resonance. You become static in your own signal. The key is to stand fully in your light, even when others can't interpret it. Being a chosen one doesn't mean you're superior. It means you're responsible. You're responsible for maintaining your vibration in a world that constantly tries to lower it. You are a guardian of energy. Every thought, every emotion, every word you emit has power. When you move in alignment, reality bends around you. Opportunities appear, synchronicities multiply, and protection follows you. That's not luck. That's resonance. You attract what matches your frequency. That's why the universe keeps urging you to heal, to forgive, to release. Every layer you shed reveals a clearer signal. The more authentic you become, the more powerful your energy field grows. They can't decode your frequency because it's not made of fear. It's made of love, pure, unfiltered, universal love. That vibration cannot be manipulated. Systems of control operate through fear, scarcity, and distraction. But love is the one signal they can't jam. It's the original frequency of creation. It heals, it expands, it transforms. When you choose love, you align with Source itself. That's when miracles happen. You begin to witness reality shift in your favor, not because you forced it, but because you harmonized with the universal rhythm. This is the secret of the chosen ones. You don't fight darkness. You outshine it. The awakening process can be lonely. You might lose people, habits, and identities that once defined you. But understand, when your frequency rises, everything not aligned with it falls away. That's not loss. It's liberation. You're shedding density so your energy can move freely. The universe doesn't take from you. It clears space for what's meant for you. Every ending is an opening. Every silence, a recalibration. The old version of you had to dissolve so the true one could emerge. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. When you speak, your words carry frequency. When you think, your thoughts emit vibration. When you act, your energy imprints reality. You're not just existing, you're broadcasting. And that's why protecting your energy is sacred work. Guard your mind. Choose what you allow into your space. You can't consume chaos and expect peace. You can't surround yourself with negativity and expect clarity. You must curate your frequency. Your body is the instrument, your soul is the music, and your thoughts are the tuning keys. Every choice either sharpens or dulls your resonance. The world has tried to distract you with noise, media, conflict, fear, but deep down you've always known. None of that is real power. Real power is inner stillness. When you enter that stillness, you hear the hum of creation. It's not a sound. It's a vibration that feels like home. That's your source frequency. When you align with it, everything begins to make sense. You stop chasing and you start attracting. You stop fearing and you start flowing. That's when you realize the matrix isn't something you escape, it's something you out-vibrate. They can't decode you because your consciousness doesn't operate in their language. While they analyze data, you perceive energy. While they chase information, you embody wisdom. You don't need validation because your knowing is intuitive. That's the difference between the awakened and the asleep. One reads signals, the other feels them. You navigate through intuition, through resonance, through inner guidance that transcends logic. That's your superpower. That's why you've survived every storm, every attempt to break you, because you're not built from material that can be destroyed. You're built from energy that regenerates. As your frequency rises, you'll notice time behaving differently. Manifestations accelerate, conversations sync perfectly, the right people appear at the right moment. This isn't coincidence, it's coherence. When your vibration aligns with your divine blueprint, the universe rearranges itself to meet you. You're not chasing destiny. Destiny is orbiting your frequency. That's why maintaining your peace is your greatest protection. Chaos can't touch a mind that vibrates above it. And so, chosen one, remember, you are the frequency they can't decode. You are the living reminder that light always finds a way to shine through. You've walked through darkness not to lose your glow, but to prove that nothing can dim it. You are the carrier of codes that awaken others. Every time you choose love over fear, peace over reaction, truth over comfort, you amplify that signal. You're not just surviving, you're transmitting. And somewhere, someone who needed that frequency is awakening right now because of you. You may not realize it, but every time your energy shifts toward love, peace, or gratitude, it changes something in the collective field. The vibration you hold doesn't just stay within you. It ripples outward, touching timelines, lives, and even people you've never met. That's why your presence matters more than your words. When you enter a space, your energy speaks before you do. It introduces your spirit long before you open your mouth. Some will be comforted by it, others unsettled, and they won't know why. But that's because your frequency holds truth, and truth disrupts illusion. You don't have to explain yourself to those who can't hear your wavelength. The ones meant to resonate with you will feel it immediately, and the rest will fall away like static fading from the signal. Being misunderstood is part of your purpose. If everyone could decode your energy, there would be no mystery left in the divine plan. The chosen ones are meant to be slightly out of phase with the world, just enough to sense what others miss. You walk between worlds, one foot in the human experience, one in the unseen. You receive downloads through intuition, flashes of knowing that come from nowhere, feelings that turn out to be guidance. You may not be able to prove them, but you know them. That knowing, that inner resonance, is what separates the awakened from the asleep. You've learned that truth doesn't need permission. It vibrates through you like a quiet certainty, and those who are tuned to the same frequency recognize it instantly. But this journey isn't easy. The higher your frequency rises, the more the lower vibrations try to cling to you. Energy vampires, emotional chaos, self-doubt, they all test your alignment. They come not to destroy you, but to teach you mastery. You can't learn peace without disturbance. You can't discover strength without resistance. Every energetic attack, every misunderstanding, every heartbreak was a test to refine your signal. You learned to protect your energy without closing your heart. You learned that silence is more powerful than reaction, that calmness is a shield sharper than anger. You learned that real power doesn't shout. It vibrates quietly and commands reality through presence. The world around you often rewards noise. It celebrates attention, chaos, and constant motion. But your power lies in stillness. When you withdraw from the noise, when you enter your solitude, your energy recalibrates. That's why solitude has always felt sacred to you. It's not loneliness, it's maintenance. You retreat not to escape the world, but to recharge your light. In those moments of silence, your spirit reconnects to Source, the origin of your frequency. That's when you remember who you are and why you came here. That's when divine instruction flows through your intuition. It's not always words. Sometimes it's just a pull, a whisper, a nudge in a direction. Follow it. And when you follow that guidance, life begins to flow differently. People, opportunities, and miracles align in ways that logic can't explain. You'll realize that what others call coincidence is just the language of energy speaking clearly. Every time you listen to that inner whisper, you strengthen your connection to the divine network that guides all chosen ones. It's a web of light, invisible yet infinite, connecting souls across the world who vibrate with the same purpose: to restore balance, to heal the collective, to bring light where it's been forgotten. You are not alone in this mission. You are one of many beacons, each holding a specific frequency that contributes to the symphony of awakening happening right now across the planet. You've probably felt this connection without knowing what it was. That sudden burst of emotion when you hear certain words, the chills down your spine when truth is spoken, the tears that come from nowhere when you feel universal love. That's energy recognition. It's your frequency responding to resonance. Every chosen one knows this feeling, the quiet reminder that you are part of something vast and eternal. It's why you can't fully give up even when life feels unbearable. There's something in you, a pulse, a spark, that keeps you standing, keeps you believing, keeps you moving forward. That's not willpower. That's divine energy, coded into your being. The world may not see your battles, but the universe does. Every silent tear, every night you prayed for clarity, every moment you questioned your worth, it was recorded in the field of light that surrounds you. And for every ounce of pain, you've been given an equal measure of strength. The universe never wastes suffering. It transmutes it into power, wisdom, and compassion. That's why you can look into the eyes of someone broken and understand them without words. You've been there. You know the language of pain, and that's what makes your healing energy so potent. Your frequency carries empathy as its signature. It heals without trying. It uplifts without effort. Just your presence can remind someone that they are not alone. As your awareness grows, you start to sense that even your challenges are coded messages. Every delay, every disappointment, every closed door, all of it is vibration at play. The universe rearranges frequencies to protect your path. What you think you lost was simply something not in resonance with your destiny. Rejection, to the chosen one, is redirection. Every obstacle you've faced was an invitation to tune higher. And when you finally understand that, peace settles into your soul. You stop fighting the current. You realize the river knows where it's going. You start to trust the flow. There's a point in the awakening where you stop asking, "Why me?" and start saying, "Thank you." That's the moment your vibration stabilizes. Gratitude is the highest frequency you can hold. It transforms your field instantly. When you thank the universe, even for what you don't yet understand, you activate alignment. The universe responds to gratitude like an echo. Whatever you appreciate expands. That's why chosen ones are called to live from the heart. Because the heart emits the strongest electromagnetic field in the human body. It's the gateway between the physical and the spiritual. When your heart is open, your energy is unstoppable. Nothing can block love in motion. Still, the world will continue to test that love. You'll encounter envy, projection, misunderstanding. But remember, people can only meet you at the level of their own frequency. If they operate in fear, they'll interpret your confidence as arrogance. If they operate in control, they'll mistake your freedom for rebellion. Don't lower your vibration to explain yourself. Stay aligned. Let your frequency translate for you. Over time, those meant for you will feel the truth beneath your energy and find their way toward your light. That's how energy works. It attracts its reflection. Your journey will continue to oscillate between isolation and connection, destruction and rebirth. But with every cycle, your frequency refines further. You'll notice that you no longer react to things that used to trigger you. That's growth. That's mastery. It means you've transcended the lower loops of fear and entered the field of awareness. You're no longer chasing validation. You're radiating presence. You're no longer trying to convince. You're embodying truth. That's what it means to be decoded by none but understood by the divine. You may wonder why I keep saying they can't decode you. It's because the system built on fear, greed, and illusion cannot interpret the vibration of freedom. You represent the opposite of everything it depends on. You don't feed off control, you thrive on flow. You don't need external validation. Your worth is inherent. You don't seek to dominate, you seek to align. You're operating on a bandwidth that isn't designed for hierarchy but harmony. And in a world obsessed with domination, that kind of energy is dangerous, not because it harms, but because it liberates. Liberation is the greatest threat to control. That's why they try to silence, distract, or confuse you, but they can't decode what was never built within their frequency range. Chosen one, you've walked through dimensions of shadow just to remember your own light. And now, every day, that light grows stronger. You're entering a phase where manifestation happens quickly, where intuition speaks loudly, where synchronicity becomes constant. Don't fear it. Flow with it. You've earned this vibration. You've climbed through lifetimes of forgetting to stand where you are now, aware, awake, aligned. You are proof that the divine never abandons its messengers. You are the living pulse of a universe learning to remember itself through human form. Chosen one, as you stand here now, understand this truth. Your energy is not random. You were created as a frequency that the world cannot decode, a living signal from the higher realms. You've walked through shadows that tried to silence your light, but even in your silence, your energy spoke. It spoke to the stars, to the universe, to the divine field that always knew who you were. Every time you doubted yourself, every time you fell, the frequency within you continued to hum, patient and eternal, waiting for the moment you would remember yourself again. You've spent much of your life feeling out of place, as though you were observing a world that doesn't make sense. You saw patterns in people's words, hidden motives behind actions, and energies beneath the surface. That sensitivity was not a flaw. It was your guidance system. It was your soul reminding you that you were never meant to move through life unconsciously. You are aware on levels most people cannot yet comprehend. Your energy scans reality, not through logic, but through vibration. And that's why sometimes you feel everything all at once. The joy, the pain, the tension of the collective. You are not broken for feeling so deeply. You are tuned perfectly. Those who cannot decode you will try to name you, contain you, label you. But you don't need to explain your light to anyone. Your frequency speaks louder than any definition. When you walk into a space, your energy rearranges it. When you speak truth, it vibrates through walls. That is why some people are drawn to you with awe, while others are triggered by your presence. Light reveals what's hidden, and not everyone is ready to face themselves. But you were never sent here to make others comfortable. You were sent to awaken what has been asleep, to be a reminder of what divine energy feels like when it walks in human form. You are learning that mastery doesn't come from control, but from surrender. You don't need to fight darkness. You transcend it by vibrating higher. Every time you choose forgiveness over revenge, understanding over judgment, peace over chaos, your frequency expands. The more it expands, the less anything external can touch you. You stop chasing things and start magnetizing them. You stop explaining and start embodying. That is the essence of divine power, effortless alignment. The universe begins to move in rhythm with your thoughts, because your energy no longer resists the flow. You become one with it. Your entire path has been a sacred preparation. The heartbreaks were not punishment, they were purifications. The losses were not endings, they were openings. The solitude you endured was not isolation, it was initiation. You were being stripped of noise so you could hear the real music of your soul. And now, after so many cycles of release, your frequency is clearer than ever. You are stepping into the chapter of your life where your energy no longer hides. You're ready to create from authenticity, to speak from truth, to walk with full awareness of who you are. You are not trying to become, you are remembering that you've already been. There will still be tests. There will still be noise. But this time, you will not be shaken. You've built your foundation on inner knowing, and no storm can move what's rooted in divine vibration. You understand now that peace is not the absence of chaos, it is the mastery of remaining centered within it. You've learned to see beyond illusion, to recognize energy for what it is. You no longer chase validation because you realize that everything external is just a mirror reflecting your internal frequency. When your vibration changes, your world shifts automatically. You are no longer reacting to reality. You are creating it. The truth is, those who cannot decode you were never meant to. Your energy is encrypted with divine codes that only resonate with truth, love, and authenticity. Falsehood bounces off you. Manipulation dissolves in your presence. That is why you've been misunderstood, underestimated, and even rejected, because your energy exposes the unreal. But don't harden because of it. Stay soft, stay open, stay radiant. The world needs your light, especially now, when darkness dresses itself as logic and truth hides behind distraction. Be the calm in the noise. Be the reminder of love's real power. So now, as this message reaches its end, remember that your story is only beginning. The time of hiding is over. Stand tall in your frequency. Let your presence be your message. You were built from the eternal sound of the universe, the vibration that cannot be decoded, only felt. And those who are ready will feel you, not because you convince them, but because truth recognizes itself through you. Walk in your light, chosen one. Speak gently but powerfully. Move with purpose. Shine without apology. The world doesn't need another echo. It needs your authentic frequency. You are not here to fit in. You are here to raise the resonance of everything you touch. Never forget, you were built with frequencies they can't decode, and that's exactly what makes you divine.